Welcome, and we are at Frankfurt Airport, about to take a long-haul Lufthansa flight to Buenos Aires in business class. We have some great food, managed to sleep and arrive sufficiently refreshed to explore. We take in the city, exchange some monies, go shopping, and then later in the evening have something to eat and drink in a florist. So come along, join us and see what we do. Welcome back to the vlog, and you join us as we navigate Frankfurt Airport, trying to find the Lufthansa Business Lounge, where we're going to have a short stay over before we get on the next leg of our journey to Buenos Aires. Got some opportunities to explore Buenos Aires, both at the start of our holiday and also when we return following our cruise. We're greatly looking forward to it. Neither of us have been to Buenos Aires before, but we're particularly looking forward to our Antarctica cruise. So Lufthansa's business lounge at Frankfurt Airport was very similar to that at Heathrow. A similar selection of hot, cold and soft drinks, as well as food, very similar. The one thing that the Frankfurt Lounge had that the Heathrow Airport didn't was a good selection of sweets, and not just the jelly babies that we'd seen previously. We actually decided not to have a hot meal in the lounge. We've both pre-booked from the menu and we're going to eat on the flight instead.
Flight number 2.
Buenas tardes o buenas noches, señoras y señores.
Business class.
El comandante
Very nice.
Lishka
On our way
y toda
to
la
Buenos
tripulación
Aires.
les damos la bienvenida a bordo de nuestro vuelo de Lufthansa Star Alliance con destino a Buenos Aires.
The space that we were sitting in seemed to be massive compared even to the Virgin flights that we've been on. I think that was partly because we were sitting side by side, but we had acres of leg room and the seats were super comfortable. Our flight was due to take off at 10 o'clock, but the announcements had been warning us that they were likely to take off earlier. In the end, they were about half an hour late, and we finally got into the air at about 10:30. So this is what we actually had to eat. Joanne has gone for the smoked halibut and I went for the veal. These starters were absolutely gorgeous, but now for the main courses. And for the main course, Joanne opted for a truffle pasta, which she absolutely enjoyed. Really nice, that one was. I wanted something a bit lighter, so I went for this shrimps and pasta dish, which was really great. And dessert, we both opted for the mascarpone mousse, which was really good. After our evening meal, we drew the shutters and relaxed, and actually managed to get some sleep for a change. We awoke just before breakfast to these fantastic views. This is the breakfast. We've got pancakes over here and yogurt and granola over there, and I think there's some bread rolls coming as well. Looks really nice, smells delicious. We've got an amenity kit with the flight, which has got a Porsche design bag, but it's fairly basic inside. It's just see what we've got. Thank you. So we've got some socks. We have I think that is some form of
assistant.
My assistant will tell us. We have
comforting cream.
Comforting cream.
And precious cream.
And precious cream.
No idea.
A bamboo toothbrush.
And you get things to put on your earphones, don't you?
And somewhere in here there's some bits to put on your ear, as Joanne has just said. And also in the toilet there's various amenities like combs, hair wash, various other pieces you can use. So this is the amenity kit. It gets smaller and smaller. I expect the bag will come in useful for something, but the rest of it will be quickly gone. We've had a really good flight actually.
Hi, really enjoyed this flight. Plenty of leg room. The seats fold down into a flat bed, and we had a really good sleep. It's very cosy actually. It's the first flat bed I've ever liked on a plane. Loads of room, and the food was really good. So we're really impressed with Lufthansa, and we'd definitely fly with them again.
So yes, the food was really good. Both of us enjoyed it, and as soon as we'd had our evening meal last night, converted the seat down into a bed, and I just went out like a light. Woke up a couple of hours ago. Overall, it's a really good experience. The entertainment system's a little bit clunky. I selected a film and ended up watching a totally different film, but that's life. We have about an hour and a half to go, and then we'll be in Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires, we're getting a pickup, meeting him outside McDonald's. It's lovely out there. Fortunately, the last hour and a half of this 14-hour journey shot by, and it wasn't long before we were coming over the coast of Buenos Aires and getting our look at the city for the first time.
Later on, when you're opening the overhead bins, please be careful in order to avoid the falling objects. Thank you.
landed, and it was early in the morning, and boy did the heat hit us as we got off the plane. Anyway, it was really easy to navigate immigration as there was very few people there. Picking up the luggage was also super quick, and we just had to make our way through the customs and locate the guy that was going to lead us to our pickup car. Less than half an hour or so after we'd landed, we were in the car and on our way to the hotel. Hello and welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Joanne.
Right, we're talking to you today from the
Middle of the South Atlantic.
On our way
Yes,
to...
indeed. To Ushuaia, I think you pronounce it.
Yeah, which
Which is the last place on Earth. Or the end of the Earth. No, the last place on Earth, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's called that because it's the last place where you have indigenous people.
Yes.
Because when you get into Antarctica, there is actually no indigenous people, and apparently
no time.
and no time and no indigenous animals either. So interesting. But we're on our way, and we will report back on
After we've been there.
on our
Or
adventures in
Or
Antarctica.
while we're there, who knows? Yeah.
But today we were going to talk to you a little bit about our time and experience in
Buenos Aires.
Argentina. Oh,
I've been singing songs from Evita ever since I got to Buenos Aires.
yes. Yep, it is annoying. Yes.
It's great.
We loved Buenos Aires.
It was
didn't we?
lovely. I was
absolutely
a little bit
gorgeous.
frightened, I think, before I went.
And I think that was because everybody had said it's really violent, high crime rates, etc.
yeah.
And
And maybe it is if you go off piste a bit, but in the city it's fine, and there's police around, and
lots of police
just
around,
keep
actually.
like you would in any city. Just keep your valuables. We always keep ours to the front,
Yes.
crossbody, and and it was fine, absolutely fine.
And we'd heard all sorts of things like the men can't wear shorts,
Yes.
and you have to wear long trousers. But when we arrived, we were in a heat wave.
Yes, they were having a heat wave in Buenos Aires. And it was
36
36
degrees.
upwards. Oh,
Yeah. And it was sweltering.
in a city
absolutely
heat.
sweltering.
Yeah. It's fine.
But that said, we went out and we did our excursion, and we didn't wear long trousers for quite a lot of the time that we were there, and we didn't have any problems. Money was interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So it's about 1,000 pesos to an American dollar.
Yeah.
So we decided.
Well, we were advised by the hotel that the best thing to do was to change up a nominal amount, $50.
Yep.
And we haven't used that yet.
I haven't used it all, and we got eating out is so cheap.
Yeah.
And really nice food, and drinks, alcohol and all the rest of it, and then taxis really, really dead cheap.
Yeah, £2.
£2.50.
Yeah.
So we still got loads left, but we've got 2 nights at the end, so we'll probably use it up then.
But to actually exchange our money, we were advised to go to a local exchange office, which we did.
Yep.
And you walked into this.
Lovely air conditioning, actually.
Yeah. Lovely. Yes.
And you
it
took a
was.
ticket, and you sat down, and you waited for your turn. And then I did it, didn't I? I went in, and you have to close the door behind you, and there's a screen, like in a bank, And so I said, I want to change $50, and he started counting it all out. And I thought, oh, okay. And then he started counting some more out, and I was thinking, okay, is this ever going to end? And counted out some more, and then he went, hang on, and he went and got some more. And he counted out some more, and I came out with a wad of cash like this, and which I thought was quite amusing.
Yeah.
So it takes a bit of getting used to. How much is it? So 1,000 pesos is like $1 American dollar.
Yeah.
So if you're
$50,
so if you're
50,000
yeah,
pesos.
it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also, I have a Starling bank card,
which is very
allows
handy, wasn't it?
me to put money on the card and then use that money to buy a foreign currency, so at no penalty, basically, no.
And you can
cost.
put the money back into your bank account at the end of the holiday. So if it is stolen or whatever, it's not the end of the world.
You only lose the money that's
that
on
you've
it.
put on the card, and
It's the maximum
it's not your
you can
main
lose.
credit card. So.
But the exchange rate I got with that was actually better than you
Was
got
it?
at the
okay.
exchange bureau.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you do need cash because you need
yeah.
to pay for taxis and tipping and stuff.
But for example, coming away, the taxi from the hotel to the port, they charged in American dollars.
And they charged $25, which
Yeah.
because we had to book it because there's 4 of us and we had 7 suitcases. We ended up because from the airport to the hotel we had a big minibus thing and we all got in there with all our luggage. 7-seater van thing, but they didn't have one of those, so we had to have 2 taxis. $25 per taxi, which was an awful lot of money because we'd been paying £2.50, here and there, for the same distance because the port wasn't very far away.
Yeah.
So we thought that, okay.
And it wasn't like these taxis were massively bigger than the standard taxis that we're taking everywhere else.
No.
So I suspect going back, we will either
We'll probably have the same thing, I think.
Yeah. Well, we'll either book through the ship, or we'll see what happens when we come out
Just
of
get
the.
off and get a taxi.
See if we can find a cab.
Yeah.
Got through the morning traffic really easy and made it to the hotel in good time. It was well before the normal check-in time, but we were able to get one of the rooms that we were after and put all of our luggage in, so it gave us the opportunity to go out into the city and explore. There are 2 exchange rates in Argentina, the one that your credit card will charge you and the other one known as the blue market, which is much more preferable. The hotel directed us to a local exchange bureau and advised us that we would only need to change up around $50, which is exactly what we did, and it lasted us for the whole of our time here. The rest of the time we either used American dollars, which seem to be widely accepted in most places, or we actually used a prepaid credit card. So tomorrow we've booked a Liberator, and today is just all about trying to find out what's around the hotel, and also the girls wanted to go shopping, so we obviously took the opportunity to do both. In researching this trip, we'd come across a number of warnings about how dangerous Buenos Aires was, but we just took the normal precautions that you would take in any big city, which is being aware of your surroundings, not openly flaunting anything of value, and keeping your bag close to you. After a relatively short walk, we arrived at the Galerias Pacifico Shopping Mall, which is the shopping centre that the hotel had recommended to us. It has some high-end international brands as well as some local brands as well. The original building was built in 1889 and was modelled after the Paris store Le Bon Marché. It's known for its architectures and its beautiful domed roof with its fantastic fresco. The dome was not original to the building, it was added in 1945. Over the years it has gone through a number of incarnations, including being the home of the British Pacific Rail administration offices, and that's how it derives its name. So the mall was opened in its current form in 1991, and it dealt a big blow to the nearby Harrods department store, which ultimately closed in 1998. It has a lovely food court with a range of items. We had some drinks and took in the scenes and the people before actually then going to look around the mall in more detail. Nice looking around the stores. We didn't buy a lot, but at the end of the day there wasn't anything really that unusual about a number of the items there. It was nice to see a few of the local brands and some of the local shops, but most of the international ones were selling the same things that they sell elsewhere. The others wanted to go back to the hotel and have a bit of a rest. I decided that I'd actually keep going and explore a bit more of Buenos Aires and see what else was there. Now we'd passed these gardens or park as we'd come along the road, but a bit further down, and I decided it would be quite nice to explore that, see what was there. There looked to be some interesting sculptures, and I always like a sculpture. José de San Martin was a general who was nicknamed the Liberator of Argentina for his role in freeing the South American, central and southern areas from the Spanish. Hello, I've just been at a very nice park. Seems to be regular police patrols there, and but the whole park ambience was actually quite nice. And then off to one side there seemed to be a tribute to those that fought against the UK in the war for La Maldives or the Falkland Islands, which obviously is somewhere we're going to go later on this tour, and that was actually guarded by two soldiers. At the bottom of the park you get a lovely view of the English Tower, which was gifted to the city by the British community in 1916. Argentina is truly a lovely city. The architecture is fantastic, particularly the Baroque architecture, which I really like, but the whole place has a lovely vibe. This is the San Martin Palace, and it is the ceremonial headquarters for the Ministry of Foreign Relations, and it was finished in 1909. On the way back, we passed this grand marble building again. It's fairly legendary and was originally built as a palace or a mansion for the Paz family, but under the Great Depression they found it impossible to keep, and it is now a society for retired military officers. Idea what's in here, but it is the Museum of Argentine Diplomacy, and it basically looks at the historical and cultural heritage associated with diplomatic activities. But I can't even imagine what goes on in here or what is in here. But it's a lovely building. The same holds true for many of the government buildings that we came across in Argentina. They are of a very particular style and age. So I made it back to the hotel, only to find out that the others had only just returned. I think they got a bit lost and then decided to retire and have a coffee. Anyway, we'll get ready to go out as we're going to explore the local eateries tonight and see what's there. Found this really unusual place to get something to drink, and then we had something to eat afterwards. From the front it looked like a flower shop, but at the back of the shop you could get all sorts of alcoholic drinks, and then off to one side was some steps that took you down and into what looks like a bit of a speakeasy bar. It wasn't particularly busy on the time that we went, though apparently it really does get quite busy late on in the evening and also at the weekend. After some friendly banter with the guys behind the bar, we found ourselves a table and enjoyed an absolutely superb meal. Very, very reasonably priced, and the food was actually really nice as well.
Too much alcohol.
Not high expectations,
Too much
but kind of traditional.
Next vlog will take us on a city tour of Buenos Aires. Yes, we booked a via tour and we're going to see what the city holds and explore it a little bit more.